I guess I'm not discouraged with the fact that I've had to go through all this bullshit to get to this exact moment right here. But that's where the evidence is that I've been to all this bullshit to right now. How are you all doing? We've got some beautiful birds. I am not in Los Angeles County anymore, so it's kind of amazing to see all the nature. I saw a woodpecker recently. My backyard smells like deer poop because there are deer. It's been a while. I had a moment. My son is asleep and I haven't vlogged in a long time. And as you can see, this is actually a nice little spot. Obviously don't have any makeup on. I obviously have a little bit of a problem going on with the hair, but we'll eventually get there. Lots to talk about. It's been a long time since I have said hello to all my lovely subscribers. I've been posting very little videos, as you guys know, of my son or myself or
the rain or anything else like that, and it's just been kind of one of those things where I definitely wanted to vlog, but I didn't want to take away my attention from my son, and so I'm basically finally at the point. He is 5 months old, and it is the, let me see what day it is. Today is May the 26th, 2016, and again, I haven't vlogged in a long time because I just honestly was going through sort of a little bit of a depression, let's say. Right after my son was born, I was trying to deal with doing it on my own. My roommate had moved out, which is perfectly fine. I have no issues with that. But
my roommate had moved out, and that point in my life, I was experiencing everything you experience in motherhood right away. So, which is perfectly fine. I have no complaints in that. I feel really honored to be my son's mother. Let's just put it that way. I feel pretty confident with a lot of the decisions I've made thus far with my son. I know I'm not going to give up on my son. So my health hasn't been the best still, but I will say 100% I need it this time, and I'll probably keep doing things like this, coming back and forth. It just depends on what's going on in my life. Just learning how to have confidence in myself as my own intuition about what to do as a parent has been pretty much my experience at this point. And my son is very good. He is not a crazy crier. He definitely asks for what he needs. I can't even tell you what the last vlog might have been about, but I think he was 3 months old at the time, so I don't think I've vlogged for about 2 months at this point. Thus, once he gets it, he's very happy. So it's like, I'm not that uncomfortable with the tantrum moments at this point. Now he's got some legs, so he likes to kick quite a bit, but I've still been dealing with quite a bit of pain. And being a new mom, having issues with one side of my body hurting and the other side compensating for the pain. I have a new problem with my hand. I don't know what's going on with it. My left thumb, it's incredibly painful in the joint right here. And it shoots up my arm. I was seeing a physical therapist, and literally the physical therapist has decided to have me go get a bunch of MRIs and x-rays and all that because she's really concerned that it's something to do with my neck or something to do with my shoulder. There's a pinched nerve or potentially something else. And the joint here feels completely different from the joint here. But spastically, like the amount of pain that I have in this hand that I've never had in my life in my hands before like that. I've had numbness. I've lost control in this hand before due to my weakness on the right side of my body, which is terrible because it's the dominant side. Thus, though, my son is compensating and I'm holding him on this side of my body. So, it's a little frustrating because I'm trying to make sure that I get things done in a proper way. So I learned through motherhood, if you want to say, to definitely put some more energy into what actually matters about walking across the house. So I have come up with this wonderful solution all those moms out there probably understand, which is the diaper bag. And I just fill the bag constantly with diapers, and I don't pass from one room to the other anymore in the middle of the night. Depending on how bad the diaper is, then I bring him in. But it's been kind of a learning process, let's put it that way, because for a long time I was like, no, you just bring him to the changing table, keep it all in one spot. I think when he was a little bitty it was okay for that, but now he's 15 pounds. Yes, people. He's 15 pounds plus. Like 2 weeks ago I weighed him at 15.2 ounces, so, and he is 5 months old at this, so it's just been kind of an incredible experience to see how good of a baby he is too. I mean, he really just needs to be occupied or motivated to do things in activity. He really likes to do tummy time. He really likes cuddles. He's fun to play with. He's trying to talk. He sat up yesterday. That was incredible. And it's just been one of those situations where I'm like, I still have not, it hasn't hit me completely at this point in my life. It hasn't 100% completely sunk completely in that I am a parent, because I never thought I would be. But then again, I don't regret it at all. It's just the incredible motivation he has to want to learn and be, and he's been standing since he was like 3 weeks old. He was pushing his, I mean, strong little legs. But now, like I said, like he's to the point where he's pretty much starting to sit up. He sat up once yesterday for a few minutes, and like probably 2 minutes, and when I give him a bath, he's just not afraid. He's not afraid. He's very, very... Oh, you're silly. Oh, what? My vlog? Oh, the mail. Damn it. I forgot. Sorry. Silly girl. I'm just like, I don't know. My back's burning. Do you think it's going to rain? Maybe. No, it hurts. It might, yeah. It's a little cold, maybe. Alright, talk to you later. Alright, love you. Okay. So, like I said, the reality has just been, I'm surprised it's only 8 minutes. That's amazing. I'm doing better with the vlogging. I guess that's a difference in my life, is to be back on my own, not having anybody live with me, which I prefer as well. Myself, it's just all intensive reasons. But I love my friend. I've known her for literally since I was 10 years old, so I am 30 years old. That is 20 years, people. It's fun to have her be around Timothy, and she's very much a support in my life, at least in regards to getting the situation, and she was there from beginning to end. Before I conceived Timothy, she even didn't want me to go where I went to conceive him in New Orleans. She was just like, just don't go. Just stay in Colorado and visit here. And I was like, no, I have to go. A little awkward, but so she's been through this entire thing, and I had such a feeling something was going to happen. So when I did get pregnant and I did decide to move back to Colorado to, you know, my childhood home, she's been there as much as she can be there. So again, we have been friends for so long, so of course, you know, we all develop in our own way. I mean, like, her sister was supposed to help me with the delivery, and she was supposed to cut the cord. Well, Timothy came a little quick, so she ended up showing up like 2 hours after I had delivered him, and they were still processing me to go to the other room after delivery with Timothy. And so it was interesting. Like, she carried the luggage out. She came to California and moved me back to Colorado. It's just been, she's been a refuge in a lot of ways, but it really does depend on what's going on in my life with my son. I haven't been able to visit Louisiana yet with my family or introduce my son to anybody. that I'm close with. So anyway, so I'm really hoping, like I said, I get back in the jig of things, and just really hoping that I start vlogging again, period, in general, because I do want to document a lot of the thoughts I have at this age where he's almost 6 months old. I'm gonna start putting him in a crib. I've been co-sleeping with him pretty much the entire time. I'm really okay with it, but he scared me one morning. I woke up and he was behind me. The bed is on the floor now just because I don't want to take any chance that he's gonna hurt himself, roll off anything. I have like a little travel bed that I did buy after he was born, and he's used it a few times, but he understands the scooting ability, so he can put his leg over it and then all the way out. But he's pretty much wanting to be mobile so much. It's not even funny. He's into it. Just, it gives him, he loves to play. There's no one else to say that. He loves to play. So, and his little blonde hair, I love it. Beautiful blue eyes. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll probably be able to get into the gist of all of what's going on. Again, I have been kind of posting some of those videos because it's a great place for me to access his little moments as he's milestoning. And it's also pretty much the easiest way for me to upload them to get them into a video. So I'm trying really hard to just keep the memories going for my son, but not putting as much energy into the editing here. This video is obviously edited, but majority of the time it'll probably be really like interesting short clips or who knows what videos, and that's just going to be what I feel like doing in the meantime, on occasion. So I definitely have asked, reached out to some of you guys if you thought that the Instagram thing was a good idea. And of course, I would love everybody else's opinion here, so please comment below. If you're kind, I will post it. If you are negative, it will go away, and so will you. But yeah, I'm really happy that I have my son. It's just sad. So it's a good thing that I have the confidence to see the real picture, but I look at the whole universe as it has its own little message and its own little way of bringing things in completion, and I'm not going to do anything else but continue to pray for the healing that needs to happen for my son's sake, and that's what it is. My heart will always be broken for the situation because it's messed up. But in the retrospective things, I mean, like, I'm literally back in my childhood home. I have very good friends who are supporting me. I have wonderful connections with old people from my high school days. I have had a lot of, let's just say, I do know that I feel better about myself now, but I've just been, like, not really in the place yet to come and talk to everybody or broadcast the situation. And there really isn't anything other than to say I'm doing it on my own, and I don't really want to take away time from my son. So, like, a lot of it is to do with if he's asleep, it's cool. But, like, this video is 26 minutes long right now. But when I edit it, it will be shorter, and it should be more interesting. And that's just reality. I don't even know when I'm going to get this video up. So, I might have to start posting videos like that. And I want to do a shout out to the lovely Fully Living. I will post her channel below. Her name is Andrea. Her son, Raphael, and Hadar, her husband, who is right now stationed in the United States. If you want to follow her vlogs, I'll post her most recent vlog below. And then I'll post underneath that another vlog I love about her. So you guys just go ahead and take a look at that if you're interested. She's the reason I'm doing a vlog today. I just didn't have I haven't had the motivation to be really that blunt with you people, because I've had some fucked up individuals come onto the YouTube lovely network and leave some fucked up comments, and they know they're going to try to do it again and again and again. And I know that all it is a comment. So reality is, I'm not discouraging the idiots, to be who they are. That's what we all should do. But, stupid is stupid does. Stupid. Yep. Isn't that terrible? What the hell? Why would you name a company that? Can I just ask why? And it's really just come down to, like, I guess I'm not discouraged with the fact that I've had to go through all this bullshit to get to this exact moment right here, but that's where the evidence is that I've been to all this bullshit to right now. Right now. I don't know what's in the future, I only know what's in the past. Like, I've had to deal with all the bullshit and come to this point right this second in my life, and I'm doing the best I can with the lemons I have. And I'll just say, they don't tell you enough about the shit that you have when you have a baby. They do not tell you how much blood you lose. They don't tell you, like, your baby's poop's going to be rainbow colored. And you think, oh, that's funny. Now I actually remember having a doll that you mixed, like, powder poop together, put it in the fucking doll's, like, internal thing, and it had a button and pooped it out. And, Mama. I actually was that child who didn't really have a lot of dolls. I wasn't really like that. I was very strange. I had furniture for Barbie and moved that shit around. I didn't really do what you would do as a little girl to be preparing to be a mommy. And so I really do think the parenting style that I'm going to have is going to be very much, I have to prepare you to be an adult, and you need to learn how to live in the happy life we have, which is the world that's fucked up. Because I do feel very responsible for having a child in this fucked up world. I do. But I think as a parent, the only thing you can do right now in the universe we live in, and the craziness we are, all of this fucked up shit that we call life, you know, money, the politics, help me Lord. That's a big reason I haven't been out here. I'm just gonna say, scared. I'm scared. We've got a long way to go down that hill. Fuck. Anyway, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, you know, I do have opinions, and when I was first having my child, it was like my hormones were all over the place, and I didn't even know you could feel those emotions that I was just discussing, like the reality that every child is absolutely different and every parenting style is absolutely different, and the fact they just sign over a child and give it to you out the door. Yeah, you know, we have like a fucked up it's just, I don't know. I know a lot of people out there who are parents and they just use their child, and I just look at the situation that, like I said, I really feel lucky to be my son's mother, because I could have died in childbirth easily. I mean, I was just discussing with Kiri today, actually. It's kind of ironic that, or it's a kind of a blessing, let's say, that I did make it through this delivery with him, and I'm okay, and we're working through it, and I'm so glad I didn't get a C-section. You know? Real shit. I'm just glad, because I already have enough problems with my gastro. It's amazing that I'm so freaking glad postpartum-wise. Yeah, it sucked. And I had actually a lot of complications I have not discussed. I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. If you don't like it, TMI, sorry, I can block your comments. I had my son 4 days after that. I was released out of the hospital the third day. Fortunately, the hospital did not completely deliver the placenta. So I started to deliver it while I was home about 4 days, or on the fourth day, so 24 hours after I was out of the hospital. After the fourth day of having my son alive in the world, you know, in the world, born here. And thus I had to go to the emergency room, was hemorrhaging really bad. It was so bad that I was afraid I was going to die, and I can remember staying in the emergency room. They wheeled me in. It was probably like 10 o'clock. I couldn't even get off the toilet. Sorry for the TMI. But I couldn't even get off the toilet. I was hemorrhaging so much. So I had my cell phone, thank God for that. And my son was asleep. He's in his bassinet, and my friend, I had to call her, and I was like, I don't feel right, and I'm bleeding, and I just passed something very large, and I'm very afraid, and I'm feeling weak. I don't think I can get off the toilet. Can you please come help me? And literally, she had to drive over, and when she came, I had already passed several big, they weren't clots. That was what it was. I just saw a butterfly. How beautiful. I had passed most of the placenta and in the toilet at home, and then went to the emergency room, and they had to do like sort of an examination and then send me home with the same exact medication that they made me induce with my son. So I had to induce another 2 days on my own at home on heavy medication. So that was when I had to use formula for my son for only, I think it was like, I want to say it was 5 days, which was really frustrating because I had to pump and dump a lot of the colostrum, which was really screwed up. And then once I started breastfeeding again, after I was over the whole everything, they were really concerned they were going to have to do a DNC, and I didn't end up having to get that because, thank God. But when they finally, you know, confirmed me and said, you're good to go, you know, I had very little colostrum in one breast, and I had a whole lot in the other. So at least he got a little bit, especially when he was born. He was perfectly fine. For 4 days, he was great. He's a good eater. He's never had problems, but now he's getting a little violent with the nipples, so it hurts. But I'm doing it. I'm not giving up. But yeah, like, I pretty much am at that point where I think I'm going to have to start pumping some breast milk, which I just... And I know a lot of you are like, what? It's like, okay, first off, it's complicated, and my idea of, like, it's just so much more natural to do it directly, and that's what I've been doing, and he's very good at telling me when he's hungry. Pretty much is not a crazy baby. It's amazing. And I have to say, without a doubt, I'm very glad I've lived in many different places. I have a lot of very, very utterly supportive friends and beautiful souls in my life that I just don't even know how I got so lucky to get them into my presence of... I don't even know how lucky I am to have them in my life. It's just what it is. So trying to be more, like, transparent about, like, yes, it's been a little hard emotionally, I would say. I wish my mother was alive. That's the hardest part of all of it. A lot of my YouTube community out here, you either are old subscribers, or if you're new, then you're unaware. Since basically 2012, I have been vlogging my life and my chronic illness, because I have liver disease and a lot of other things like anxiety and chronic pain from nerve damage, and a scoliosis Harrington rod that was removed because it failed and broke. It was in my body for 11 years, corroding, and the pain is now just every day. So with a liver condition, and with the reality that, you know, I have so many problems, my mobility and my also digestion, because of gastroparesis, has made my world flip upside down. Basically, as of 2007 is when I started having serious problems with my stomach. And as you guys can see, I've lost a lot of weight, though I still have some boobs because I am breastfeeding. But, you know, I still have issues eating. It's very hard to do the deed. But I'm trying really hard to be positive about the fact that, like, I know that when I conceived Timothy that I wasn't well. I know that I am doing a good job with him. He's never gotten diaper rash. He's never been sick. He's had, you know, up-to-date vaccinations. I do the best I can with my abilities as a sick person, and I really have to say, as a sick person, I'm impressed with my abilities, only because, of course, I lack the physical strength to do it in probably a speedy manner, which is totally fine, like the car seat. Oh my god. Just in general, because now my hand's all messed up, it's absolutely incredibly agonizing. It's like, the way I've compared it is basically if you were to take an ice pick and dig it into the joint of your thumb, like right there, or the feeling that you would have if you had a aching tooth, that pain that won't go away. That's what it feels like, and I cannot get it right. The joint, I can mess with it. I've tried massaging. I have a friend, Kiri's sister, my friend, who is a massage therapist and was working on my neck to see, like, if it was connected, and it definitely is. And then my physical therapist, as I said earlier, was just like, there's something wrong. So now I'm kind of a little bit concerned because I'm like, Jesus, no. This is the arm I hold my son on. Kind of need this arm. It's a little important. So, I'm working on getting referrals for new doctors, pain doctors, whatnot, because I am still breastfeeding. So, it's a little difficult with the pain because I'm basically living off of ibuprofen. And that doesn't always work when you're so sick to your stomach. So I'm trying to be really positive that this isn't going to be forever, because nothing is really forever. Everything just kind of goes in cycles of shit. We all know that. So, if I can find the proper doctor, then I'm pretty sure that back, you know, like when I was in California, I had at least a mojo going. Things were working out in a lot of different ways. In retrospect to what I was suffering in Louisiana. So absolutely, you know, it's what it is. Starting to touch up the top here. As you can see, I'm working in to get back to platinum, because basically I want the ombre that was going on from just the growth of having my son. And I like the way that it really does work with the lighting. My complexion is pretty pale, but I do have a lot of red tones. I'm more olive when I'm tan. A natural, healthy tan, not like trying to get your Planet Beach on, you know. But my hair has changed since I've started breastfeeding. It went back to a little bit of the waviness, but when it comes to curliness, not really. There's like literally, here we go. That's it, and that was an accident. One curl, and it's the like only growth that probably doesn't have dye on it. That does have a lot to do with the quality of my curls, like you guys can see. But I kind of gave up on it because I do live in a drier climate, but we do have rain, and I don't spend a whole lot of time outside, so it can dry it out, obviously, like a little strawish, but again, it's actually pretty soft because I've been using a lot of non-sulfate, I believe it is, or they're just non-chemical based shampoos. They're like apple cider vinegar with like castor oil. I think that's what it's called, black castor oil. It's a Sally's product. I'll have to post a picture somewhere in here, maybe. I'll flash it in. Anyway. I think it was $13.99. It was pretty expensive. It's pretty great. If you guys can order it online, I highly suggest it. If you didn't know, Sally's, I'm not sure about online, but I know Sally's has a new thing where across the nation they basically offer returns. If you get a product and it's pretty much reasonably, the ideas make sense. It's not like you buy foils and return it, but let's just say if you get a product and you're not pleased with it, let's say like a toner, and you only used a little bit to do a test strand, they will take it back now, which is incredible. And I believe it might be 90 days, it might be less, check yourself. But it's been a fucking lifesaver when it comes to saving money and not throwing it away and waiting forever to get things done. Because as you guys can kind of tell, the front of my hair now is turning into the platinum that I want. I'm going to pretty much keep it blonde in the front right here, and then like ombre it all through the sides. Because basically, I'm growing my hair out as long as possible. I did do a box dye. Let's see if I can show you guys. I really do like my hair now. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's got a lot of red in it, but again, that's going to be, you don't want to be bald overnight, you know? Honestly, once it's the light color, I think I can go in with some little fun strands of color, which I wouldn't mind doing. But right now, like I've been thinking about like canary yellow little pieces in the front. Might be different, might not, who knows. I have blue, I'm not going to do it. I have some like aqua, which is like a green blue, not going to do it. I have some fire engine red. I might put some little streaks on the ends or who knows what. But I'm not doing any of that until my hair is to the platinum I want. And again, it's my natural. Let's see if I can show you guys. You see it? I added some strands in the back. But that's some shitty dye that I have to fix. You guys see, that sucks. So my hair I am Italian, Irish, French, German, Dutch, and Native American Indian, Blackfoot Indian. So, my hair is kind of thick, and even though it is curly, it's forgiving. Let's just put it that way. Unless it's tangled up, that's not fun. But this is the longest it's been in a very long. I mean, it's how long is my hair? It's to the front of my chest with the big boobs. Let's see if I can show you guys. Pretty long. It's to almost to the bottom of my back. So I did a layer, if you guys can see, and I actually went in and dyed my ends brown, which I really like it. Actually, I love it. But you see all the red? It's all freaking natural red. So yeah, I could go in with it. Ouch. And I probably even have been thinking about doing like copper, like Fifth Element style orange. But then again, it takes away the purpose. I want to keep the platinum on top. I would just be doing little accents of that color throughout. Almost like the I Love Lucy red I was considering. We will see. Hopefully, I'll start getting back in the jig of things. I'll go ahead and end the vlog. Thank you guys for always being so supportive. Do stay tuned for more chit-chats and sharing. And you can do me a big favor by liking the video and sharing it with your friends. Friends out there who you know who would respect the fact that I am doing the vlogs that I'm doing. I have a lot more things to discuss about my health. I just didn't want to privately talk about it too much in this one, but I definitely will talk about it in future vlogs. And I'll be real with you guys. I have the most fucked up eyebrows. I hate my eyebrows. Like, they're just terribly too Italian. And I do a lot of plucking on them because I hate them. And so a lot of the time, you guys might notice my vlogs, I just don't feel very comfortable with like putting a whole lot of makeup on because I feel like it's overdone. It's not going to be the real me. I'm not here to try to impress anybody. I'm really just sharing the situation that's in my life as a parent and as a sick person, as somebody who is doing the best she can with the situation that she has at hand. And with zero regrets, I'm just, you know, trying to make memories for my son. Also, you know, capture it for him too. You know, so like I said, there'll be moments when I'm not here talking. I do hope to get better at feeling comfortable with sharing the things I do. So, let me just say, I have started baking, and I'm doing pretty good with that. It's amazing. It's kind of like I just said, fuck it, I want to learn. I'm really good at cooking. I'm terrible at baking things, but I've like mastered the bundt cake and mastered a pound cake and mastered the cookie and I mastered the Rice Krispie treat and I did one loaf of bread and some biscuits. That was okay. I haven't made pancakes yet. Anyway, alright, everybody, thank you so much for all your love and support and staying on this journey with me as long as you have. If you're an old subscriber, if you're a new subscriber, definitely hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more vlogs. I've thought about changing my channel's name from Miss Chronic Chronicles, and then I thought that's totally obnoxious to keep it going. It's what it is. Everything, you know, that has developed from my life is pretty standard to that concept. It's the Chronic Chronicles and my Chronic Chronicles. My chronic illness, the chronic I had to grow from my chronic illness, the chronic journey of moving because of my illness, no joke about that. There's a lot to talk about in another video about my health, and I'll do that, but yeah. Okay, guys. I have a mouth, I know. You should see my son. He's going to be a talker, I just know it. And I have decided it's totally, completely acceptable for him to be on some things, but other things, like I said, vlogs, I don't really want him to sit on my lap that much. He might say hello here and there, but I'm taking it with baby steps. So, yeah. Anyway, hugs to everybody out there who is family and the friends that are active in my life, including my Instagram, just staying in the moment with me, you know, really appreciate your support. You just don't even know how much it's kept me going. Really. It's a scary world. Anyway, I have zero regrets. I just have more of like a what the fuck's next feeling. So, yeah. I'll talk about that in another vlog. Okay, guys. Have a good day.